Well, it's a sunny but windy day. A lot of kids out in the skate park, but it's still only like 7-8 degrees out. So not nearly as many people. Aaron's doing
Merge Dragons.
I've been watching TikToks, but I've been doing enough with my games that it doesn't it hasn't given me the
You've been on here so long.
yeah, that like there's either the gay couple or that one, like, I just want to call her like the fairy girl or something. She's like super blonde and super skinny, and you just like, if they remade Legend, you didn't watch that movie. But she's like, she looks up from her computer and like looks at the blinds and pulls open the blinds, and then suddenly she's sitting in a field. Hey,
That one.
yeah, she's like, but she's like super skinny, and I'm like, how does TikTok.nl, the account, know to give me English take a break warnings? Probably because but that means, like, how many other people in the Netherlands, how many other videos do they have? Because I could definitely see someone from your work maybe utilizing the Turkish version so they can just read everything better and all that jazz, because they're not great at English. Does TikTok.nl give them a Turkish person saying you need to take a break? Or do they say it in English? Or Dutch? It's part of I was thinking about for a little while changing my app language over to, I'm not sure if it would necessarily be the app language or if it would be the account language. Like, could I have a Dutch side and create a backup account, but select that language as like Dutch?
Probably.
Or would my whole app have to change? 310. Oh God, I need way more tables. I'm at that point in trains where it's like I'm still doing like quests for the global productions map event thing, but it's like, oh my God, it's so there's so many products necessary. Like, you can only make 110 tables at a time, and you need to get 587.
That's a reasonable number.
There's a multiplier in there somewhere based on my level. There's an equation. It's like my level plus the train quality that I have, divided by my warehouse capacity. There's an equation in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I need to deliver 632 salt, 567 tables, and I haven't engaged the time limited reward bonus thing yet for a third one. But like, things are just looking weird. But I'm like, it's just so much, because like, yeah. I'm like, I don't want to do these events much. I'm getting it, yeah. I will chat with you guys here in a little bit. I need to get Ukum off that screen. I don't know if you guys can see this hazy reflection right here. Aaron's going to
Hang out with D&D folks.
And so you're leaving at 6?
Leaving before then.
Okay. So, anyways. So, Gabriel finally got his new bank set up, and he sent me the ticky for the last sessions and stuff. Yeah, I got it, went in, clicked Ideal. It's not exactly a ticky, but the general idea is there. But it was a request from his bank, and I paid it through Ideal, which is how we pay for Taus Besorgt. And yeah, look at that hair. Hello. And then I punched in my, thumb thing, because the thumb's not that busted. It's just probably got a swollen knuckle from being jammed really hard. Anyways, and it sent it off. I had a payment go through what he sent. What is the actual timestamps? 5 o'clock By 5:01, I said, God bless Tiki. 5:01 still says, received it, thanks. And you can't do that in the States. Well, you can, but you need to use like a third party. You need to use Venmo. And to be fair, Tiki is, but...
Tiki is a third party that all of the banks in the Netherlands use. They
don't...
Same thing.
Well, yeah, Tiki and Ideal are... Ideal is the one thing that is I would believe is corporately used, whereas Tiki is personally used.
Yeah.
But they're the same functional thing. The problem is with like Venmo and Cash App, they're a whole separate account. They aren't tied to your bank account.
Well, they aren't necessarily. They're like PayPal.
They're like PayPal. They are tied to it, but they have their own balance. Whereas what I did is I just did a balance transfer.
Yeah.
From our ABN AMRO bank to his Bunk. It's an online bank. And does Bunk work in the States, do you know?
No.
No, it's only...
Well, I mean, no.
Oh, the look on his face.
I was trying to figure out, because I was going to say it's a standard debit card, but my debit cards didn't work in the States because they don't have Visa numbers or MasterCard numbers.
And back when we traveled in 2019, we still had you still had On Point. Well, you still do.
I still do. I just forgot the card here.
But we had my bank account, and I left some money lingering in there. We sort of spent off that stuff because my card was still valid. Now my card is invalid. I do not have a debit card, and it wouldn't be useful anyways here because I remember trying to pull money out from On Point or my bank through the ING ATM, and I'm like in line with every sage walking grandma. Like if you know what I'm talking about, like if you watch Dark Crystal and those elder sages that were walking to the thing and they just sort of like lean to the side like little like Russian dolls as they're walking, they almost like have to do that that's what these ladies walk like. They don't, it's like they don't have any they don't have any knees. They just pick themselves up by leaning to the side. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, fun. But yeah, I'm in like line with like 4 of them, 1 in front of me, 2, 3 behind me, and they're all like as tall as my sister. And I felt awkward having to go to the ING ATM. Because I don't think the ABN AMRO ones allowed us to do anything because there was that small branch.
Yeah.
So we had to go to ING.
Yeah, because we had to get an actual ATM or something.
Whatever. But yeah, it was so... But now it's like I sell a piece of gear that I got extra off eBay or something from Sleefs to a teammate. And they're like, how much does this cost? I was like, well... 5, because I got it on a cheap deal. It was like 3 sleeves for $15 when they're usually like $7 each. So it's like, that's a deal. And I was like, well, it's like 5. So they're like, oh, okay. And they're like, just send me a Tiki. And I have to open up the Tiki app, and I send them in WhatsApp an actual Tiki. And immediately they just pay me. And it goes straight from their bank account to my bank account. We don't have to worry about anything in the middle. And in the States, it's so bad. Because in order to do a direct bank transfer, you have to bring your ID, you have to form a signature, you have to talk to someone in person at the bank, you have to take things over to the other bank, or the bank has to go through it on the business hours. And I could do a Tiki on a Saturday at 5 p.m. And Tiki is now just that general term, even though they sent it on a thing and I used Ideal, it's still... I mean, I've used a Tiki before, many times. Like when we have camp, Maurice will say, oh, okay, well, I paid for the rooms and stuff, and here's the whole thing. Everybody Tiki me this amount. And we all do, because it's just easier to pay all at once and then pay them back. It's just The thing that, like, I understand why Cash App and Venmo exists in the States because of that
Yeah.
long, lengthy process. Aaron says it's due to inertia, and I think it's, I don't think it's inertia. I think there's lingering, I want to use the word reticent fear of identity theft. That the banks can't be that secure. And it's sort of like the government is just full of old people. The banking system is just an old-minded system. There's like the whole USA after fashion is being held hostage by boomer ideals. The infrastructure is such, oh, well, they're going to last. The bridge is still standing. It's fine. And then the bridge collapsed the day before an infrastructure talk. Anyways, it's a house of cards that hasn't fully fallen yet, and the whole system is breaking. The thing that I have issue with that I've only seen on TikTok, per se, because usually Instagram shortens things. Yeah, I was doing this. You were okay. Shortens their just the biography or whatever, your bio info, to like the first 3 lines. And if people have multiple links or ideas, it just shortens that. Whereas TikTok doesn't. TikTok has a certain thing for your bio. So I'll see like the Cash App and the Venmo and the thing in this. And sometimes people will go on lives and they'll stick a picture in the background or a note that says, this is my Cash App, help me pay my VA bills. Patrick Lawler does that.
Yeah.
That's sad when you're needing to basically crowd fund your veterans military bill.
Yeah, that's sad.
Like that in and of itself, but like it's the fact that so many people in the United States have that in their bio. It's just like, well, you know, if you really want to send me money, you can just Cash App me. I don't ask for money living here. I mean, to be fair, I haven't asked for it for a while because I know that, you know, the United States kept a good look on my accounts and stuff.
Yeah.
But even here, I'm like, I don't ask for money. I don't put a global Tiki thing out. I don't even think I can sign up for Venmo. I don't think it's allowed in the Netherlands. Cash App might not be either. Anyways, but that's the thing. Like, I don't put it out there because I'm like, I don't need it. You want to send me money? Just send it to my email address on PayPal.
Yeah.
What's your PayPal? My email address. That's listed under the confer or like show option. Like you can go to my YouTube page, go to the about and it says show email. It doesn't immediately blast it. You have to click on it and it'll show you my email address, and that's what you do to PayPal.
Yeah.
Some people have done that in the past. There's like, I just want to show appreciation, but I don't really have the time. I don't have, like, they've even expressed in a private chat that they don't have the kind of money for a Patreon monthly sub, even like the $1. They just want to give like $20 now while they got their tax return. I'm like, that's totally fine. And they'll send me $20 in a PayPal thing. What do? I buy shit on Pokemon rather than drain it out of the bank account or something like that. But yeah. Why do you keep a PayPal active? Well, because I still need to send money to Aaron. It's just easier through PayPal than trying to get my bank in the States is rickety.
Yeah.
Rickety. Like, I'm so glad I got back to utilizing their app because their website is so slow.
Yeah.
Like, Aaron was watching me. I'm like, here, I typed in my password. Verified that weird picture. And would then ask me to run a speed test on my computer in a separate window. Run a speed test. 100 megs. Like typical fiber optic that we always get. Go back. Page still sitting there. Finally logs in. Like that long. That's just to see my balance. So, yeah, it was a pain in the butt. So I was starting to, like, for a while there, spend money because I didn't want to log in that much and stuff. So I was just like spending money out of the account through PayPal on various things. But now that I am back to the mobile app, I can check its balance a lot more often and see when I need to send money over to Aaron through PayPal. Plus, it's a bit more secure. Anyways, we have Taco Mundo for me. Aaron's leaving here in about, what, 45 you said? Or half?
45, yeah.
About 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figure if I eat now, I'll be able to have a decent, flush it through the system and get all my stuff out through that. And then be done by the time you leave, and I can maybe head over and wow, I guess? I don't know.
Heroes.
The thing is like, I don't really want to play the PlayStation because I need to use my thumb. And I don't really want to use the mouse because even moving the mouse to the side causes my thumb to bend. Like right now, holding this camera, usually I hold the camera like this. Right now, this thumb's sticking up like, drinking tea with your pinky out. Because this action, like, I can do this with my thumb pretty easily. This sucks. So, yeah. Anyways, that's it. Talking about banking stuff. Just welcome to shitting on the United States.